Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode, and we are going to do a couple little spooky stories here. It's going to be kind of a quick one, but got to get into the Halloween spirit, so get ready for some spooky stories.
It's evil! Don't touch it!
It's alive!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you by the power of Grayskull. This is
Me?
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Hey guys, welcome back. And then there were two. What's up, Zach? What's going on?
I just woke up from a long autumn nap. I'm feeling better than I normally do. I feel a little more coherent than normally. And it's a shame that Todd and Lindy aren't here because I feel like I'm almost halfway on my game today.
Right. Yeah, it's like all the time whenever you come in and we're all ready to do a long one, you're like, I just want to take a nap. And then when you come in, when you're fresh out of a nap, it's like, yeah, this is going to be super quick. And you can just have the rest of the day to figure out what else you're going to do.
And you're like, man, why did I wake up?
Yeah. I should have taken a longer nap. And I don't know.
What are you going to do, Matt? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Lindy. We haven't heard anything yet. Hopefully no bad news. Hopefully maybe she's taking a nap like Zach should have. Alarm didn't go off or whatever. But I'm going to show this to everybody because we just, my brother and my brother-in-law started a carpentry business, and I'm going to help them here and there. But the shirts came out.
That's pretty badass, Matthew.
Pretty sweet logo.
Yeah. You've got the square, you got the hammer, and you got the spar helmet.
Yeah. So I did not have Ghost in mind.
Well, like I said, you held that up, and that's the first thing that popped in my head was, I want a square, I want a hammer. And then the riff, do 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 do. Yeah.
It's an earworm, that song for sure.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
But yeah, we'll kick this off with a few scary stories. I've got two short ones, so I'll do one, you do yours, and I'll do one at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Or we can. What did Todd call our episodes that we did that one time?
Harry Pooper and the I don't know.
I forget something about Harry Potter.
Quidditch bitches. Quidditch something.
It's a Quidditch match with mac and cheese.
Exactly. Yes. I love mac and cheese, motherfucker. Shut up.
Too.
I wish I could eat it all the time, but I'm getting old and I don't want to get fatter.
Yeah, well, my son's kind of gotten out of it now, but for the longest time, it was like there wasn't even, I mean, especially if he goes over to Nana and Papa's, my mom and dad, or Nana and Papa, because they're not old enough to be grandma and grandpa, they say. So he goes over there, and it's just like, dude, do you have mac and cheese and hot dogs? That's what, yeah. And that was his favorite.
4 years old.
Yep. That was his favorite meal for the longest time. He's kind of gotten out of it now, but it used to be, make me some mac and cheese, heat up a hot dog, dice it up, put it in there, put ketchup over the whole thing and stir it. It was like white trash pasta is what it looked like.
I want you now. So he's getting older. He's getting more mature. So I think maybe you should introduce him to the Chicago style dog, but instead of all the other crap, just put mac and cheese on that hot dog.
Yeah, he would throw down on that in a second, but he wouldn't eat a Chicago dog because there's too much stuff in there that he doesn't know.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
So you take that hot dog, you put the mac and cheese on that, right? And then over that, you put just a little bit of chili. So it's like chili mac hot dog.
Chili mac hot dog. Okay, Now I want one of those because I would do that.
But why should we stop there, Matt? Maybe we should put some nachos on top of that. And then maybe some refried beans, and it's kind of like a mixture of like a Mexican melt and a bean burrito with mac and cheese in it.
Just open a bag of Doritos and toss it all in there and smash it up and eat it with a fork.
Just on the top.
Just make it easy. No, but no, and now he's gotten to the point. It's like I had bought me a White Castle hoodie with a big White Castle logo on it. And he's like, I want a Taco Bell one. My wife's like, he's not getting a Taco Bell hoodie. I was like, he will if he wants one. I'll order it. But his Taco Bell order is he just wants soft shell or hard shell tacos. And he used to say specks of beef and cheese, because when you look at it, it looks like specks of beef. Some of it's not beef. I think some sawdust or whatever is in there. But
Taco Bell is made of people.
he will not eat it. I mean, if they accidentally mess up and there's lettuce on it, even if you scoop it off, he's like, I'm not eating that. That one day he got one home and Jennifer had handed him the wrong one, I guess. It was like hers, but they're all wrapped up so you can't tell.
Right.
He opens it up, he goes, there's salad on my taco.
Boy, you don't know. They don't know what a real taco is.
There's salad. I was like, homie, that's lettuce, dude. It's just lettuce. It's not having it. Nope.
Wow.
Oh, so I made, we always try to find some place after church to stop and eat. And we've been getting so disappointed at all these places that we go because it's expensive and it sucks. Because that's the way things are going. So I was like, dude, I got an idea. It's like, I can make us some chili cheese burritos. That's super easy and simple. I got 4 cans of chili with no beans, 1 big ass block of Velveeta cheese. Heat it up. Then all you need is tortillas and some sour cream and hot sauce, and just freaking, it tastes like something you'd get from Taco Bell. Only you can have like 12 meals out of that amount.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know.
Next to nothing.
I think there's only like 2 items on the Taco Bell menu that don't require a microwave. Everything else is made in the microwave. So
you could have a Taco Bell running out of an old trailer. This is like, they got 8 microwaves that are all like, they don't cover anything, like it's all nasty and sticky.
yeah, of course.
That's what I picture my gourmet fast food coming from. I'm gonna be sick now.
I don't know. I kind of want some Taco Bell.
Well, I'll eat it again. I promise. I know in college, because where I went to college was just, there was a Taco Bell in that town, and it's like every day, because back then it was stupid cheap.
Oh yeah,
where you could go eat for like $4,
59 cents for a taco.
Yeah,
or
$4 for a whole meal.
Yeah.
And I know I got food poisoning at least twice, and I would still go back because I was like, it's just cheaper. I think.
Man, I don't know. I've probably had food poisoning from Taco Bell at least 10 times. At least 10 times.
And then we'd do the brilliant buddy system at the Godfather's Pizza, where they would have the lunch buffet. So about 5 of us would go in, and 3 of us would just head upstairs to the table and sit, and then the other 2 would pay, and then fill up their plates with pizza and bring it up there, and we'd all split it, and then they go back down.
Man, these boys can really put down some pizza.
Yeah. It's like,
We're losing our ass on these kids.
We were poor. Leave us alone. We just go to school and working as much as we could. That's a horror story right there. So here's the shortest one of the 2, but I thought this one kind of gave me creeps, so
okay.
I thought I'd put it in there. It's called A Mother's Call. A daughter
Does it
was
go like
in her
this?
room.
Hold on, before you start.
Okay.
Just from the title alone, I'm thinking, Matt! Matt! I'm sorry. That's just...
No, that's all right. The daughter was in her room upstairs, doing her homework, when suddenly she heard her mother call to come down for dinner. She jumped onto her feet and began making her way towards the stairs, but before even took a step, hands grabbed her and pulled her from inside into the laundry room beside the staircase. She panicked before realizing it was her mother, her real mother, eyes watery and bloodshot. Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too. Yeah, exactly. Short, but also creepy as shit.
Very creepy, yeah.
Because you're in your room and your mom calls for dinner and you start to go down and she grabs you. It's like, don't go down there. Is this my real mother, or was that what is happening?
Yeah. What in the actual F's going on right now? And Mom, I'm hungry. What's for fucking dinner?
It's me. Don't go down there. No, you need to go down there and get to cooking because I'm starving.
Come on, chop. Let's go. All right. Mine is actually based on true facts.
Uh-oh. I
And
hope
in
that
this,
one wasn't.
I ran across this online, just like going down a rabbit hole on YouTube about 2 weeks ago. And I was like, huh, because this is a story based in Terrell. It's not Terrell, like most people would say this is Terrell, but Terrell,
Terrell.
Texas. Terrell,
Terrell,
Texas.
Texas. Okay.
And it's like, I don't know, it's like 15, 20 minutes from my house.
Texas is so big, they just gave up naming things and they just made noises. Terrell.
Terrell.
Oh, okay. That's the name of the town.
I looked into the whole why it's named Terrell. I left all that stuff out of this because it wasn't scary at all when I added all the other stuff. But this is kind of a creepy deal here. So,
Cool.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So from 1903 to 1913, the small town of Terrell, Texas,
Terrell.
was gripped by a horrifying mystery. 8 children vanished, disappearing from their homes in the dead of the night. Now, for years, no one understood how it happened, not until a few of the older children came forward with a secret that they'd been keeping to themselves. They said that every so often, they would wake up to find candy placed on their windowsills. And the note would be left with the candy, either written down on a wrapper or on a piece of paper that said, "Can you come out and play?" From the candy lady.
Ooh.
So these kids were too scared to tell anyone. They were scared that if they did, they were scared for the wrong reasons. They thought that the candy and this person who left it would stop coming. I mean, we're talking about free candy here, Matt.
Yeah. That's tough for a kid to keep. Yeah.
Yeah. So why they just sit there and just kept their mouth shut? Probably because their fat little faces were stuffed with candy. Their friends started to just vanish one by one.
Keep the deliveries coming, candy lady.
So as the town searched for these missing children, all these strange and horrific clues started just showing up. A local farmer working in his field bent down one day to pick up a candy wrapper, only to find that it was not candy inside, but like rotting children's teeth. And that was just kind of the beginning. And while investigating some of these disappearances, a police officer also went missing. And when his body was found weeks later in a ditch, his pockets were stuffed with candy and his eyes had been stabbed out with forks.
Okay. All right. I'm ready for that part.
Yeah. Now, people started whispering about the candy lady, but the question remained, who the hell is this lady?
Mm-hmm.
And why is she taking our kids? So that's kind of the legend. I mean, that's the folklore. This is where the whole, I don't think this is where it originated, but this is one of those don't take candy from strangers kind of things, you know?
The tooth fairy kind of.
Yeah. But there's a really creepy thing that actually happened in Terrell. And people think that the person behind this was Clara Crane. Clara was born in 1871, and she had a very tragic life. In the mid-1880s, she married this older gentleman. I think she was in her 20s, and he was in his 40s.
That happened a lot back in the day, because you didn't have a lot to pick from. So
yeah. So she married Leonard Gilbert Crane, and like I said, he's in his 40s. And together they had one child, a little girl named Marcella. And they lived on a farm. It was all nice and peaceful until one day in 1893, Marcella, just 5 years old, was killed in a terrible accident while working in the fields with her father. And Clara never really forgave her husband, and she blamed him for their daughter's death because apparently he was drunk at the time.
Dude.
So she was consumed by grief and just pin up all this rage for 2 years before she finally decided to poison Leonard with homemade caramels laced with,
Arsenic?
it just said a deadly toxin is what I found. It didn't say arsenic specifically.
That works
but
then?
Yeah.
And I was also going to say, rage.
Yeah. Hollow pointed caramels filled with toxin.
All right.
So she was arrested, but instead of being sent to prison, she was sent to the North Texas Lunatic Asylum. And it was during her time there that her mind just completely unraveled.
We've went over this before in the past too. What those asylums were like back in the day. If you weren't crazy when you went in, you sure as the shit would be in a few weeks.
Yeah. So she became obsessed with the memory of her dead daughter. She tore her bed sheets to shreds, fashioned a doll from the fabric, named it Marcy.
Of course.
Which was the nickname she gave her daughter, Miss Marcella.
Yep.
And she would speak to this doll, cradle it, sing lullabies to it as if the doll was alive. And I found an actual letter that she wrote to her sister online. Actual letter about her time. This is when she's in the asylum. And it wasn't just her time that she spoke about in there. It was what she wrote about as well as that. She wrote about Marcy too, talking about her as if she was a living child.
Yes.
In this letter that she wrote to her sister, she shared her excitement about being released soon. The letter was, "Dearest Aggie, I am elated. I've been informed by Dr. Matthews that Marcy and I will be returning home in less than 3 weeks. As you can imagine, Marcy can barely contain her excitement. Every night she asks, 'Is tomorrow the day we're going to go home, Mother?' Very soon I will be able to tell her yes." Creepy.
Plus, you can't take that with you because that's property of the state because you made that out of the bed sheets.
Yeah. I think if you peed on it, you probably let them.
Yeah, you're probably all right. They're going to let you. Yeah.
So, due to overcrowding in 1899, she was released from the asylum.
Yeah, you're less batshit than some of the others, so you can go.
Right? Now, the doctor said, she was no longer a threat. She had a calm demeanor, and she convinced him that she had been rehabilitated. But after her release, she just disappeared. No one knows where she went or what happened to her. But then, that's when the children began to disappear.
It's a lot like the Bunny Man, isn't it?
Yeah. So, was she the candy lady? Did she lure those kids with all these wonderful pieces of candy?
Well,
Where's the candy? Oh man, give me some candy.
if I can't have my child, you can't have yours either.
Yeah.
I want to put the pain I'm going through on everybody else kind of sitch. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And, if it was her, why did she do this? Was this did she have thoughts of retaliating by killing other kids? Or was it just was she looking for some way to, replace her daughter?
Or her kid died and she made that doll and she thought that doll was her kid and it would be perpetually a child then. And maybe she was taking there was probably some cave somewhere that she was staying in with just 100 dolls or however many kids that went missing, just a bunch of dolls.
A bunch of skeletons laying around a doll.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Sitting down eating a child ribeye and talking to all these dolls, reading books to them or whatever.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, back to Taco Bell.
Anyway, that's why they say don't take candy from strangers.
Yeah.
Don't leave your window open at night, Matt, because the candy lady might still be out there waiting to give you diabetes.
Yep. I forget. Was the Darkness Falls? The movie Darkness Falls. I think it was Dark. Is that the band? Shadows Falls, the band. Okay. Darkness Falls was the movie that was about the candy or about the Tooth Fairy.
Yes.
The lady that. Yeah. That was actually a pretty creepy movie. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
All right. Time for my second short story. This one and what I did was I read a bunch of these because I typed in like shorts, spooky stories, and like a whole bunch of them come up. But I'd only do the ones that like maybe give me like a little bit of a chill whenever I was reading it. And I had a few, but I thought we was going to have more stories going, so I wanted to keep it short. But
Oh yeah.
so
We're good. We're good.
this one got me because okay, you'll get it. A father went to say goodnight to his 7-year-old son, very well knowing that if he didn't, his son would have trouble sleeping. It was a nightly routine between them. He entered the dimly lit room where his son waited under his blanket. With the first glance, the father could tell there was something unusual about his son tonight, but couldn't put his finger on it. He looked the same, but had a grin that drew from ear to ear. "You okay, buddy?" the father asked. The son nodded, still with a grin, before saying, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed," because, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
The father chuckled a bit before getting on his knees to check, only to satisfy his son. There under the bed, pale and afraid, was his son, his real son. He whispered, "Daddy, there's someone on my bed." Yeah.
You need to terminate that monster with maximum authority.
Extreme prejudice.
Yeah.
If the Batman's still in your closet, he ain't happy.
That was pretty good. I enjoyed
Major
that.
pain. Yeah, I read that one. I was like, ooh.
I'm sorry, Mr. Captain Handicap Man. Let me explain this to you. I'm going to put my food in your ass. Dang it there. Oh, that's good, man.
Major pain. I haven't watched that in so long. You want me to show you a trick? Take your mind off that pain?
Yeah, let me see your finger.
He told him about the little engine that could. When his little buddy got his legs blown off, his little nubs was going like this here. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those online, but like I said, some of them was like I had heard, and like the 2-sentence horror stories.
Yeah.
I thought about getting a bunch of those too, because some of those are pretty cool. But that Netflix, I think it's Netflix that did it. The 2-sentence horror movies where they would do like small little stories of each one for like a series. Those are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good ones. And I think the Going Downstairs one might have came from that. I don't remember for sure, but I know I had heard it before, but I still read it and it gave me chills for a second. I was like, yeah, I'll put that one in there. I like that.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. I liked it. I guess we're out of stories, man.
We just start searching for them while we're on here.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll be back in a minute. I got to delete this so I can get to other things. I'll put you down at the bottom.
All right.
Well, guys, thanks for listening. I know, well, if we, maybe next week, if we get something going and we got the other two with us, that we might throw in some more or something. I got an episode, but it probably won't be ridiculously lengthy. Although if we get talking about the topic I want to, it probably will be one. Let's see how it goes.
It's good. Yeah, that's going to be a 6-pack episode if you do that.
It's gonna be an episode about whose favorite and at what time was everything the best. So yeah, we'll just see how it works.
All right. Well, Matt, this is weird to say this with just you and me here.
Mm-hmm.
This is like old school.
Yeah.
Guys, continue to like, rate, and review the podcast. Subscribe.
Yes, please do. Go to Spotify.
And yeah, go to Spotify. You can watch it on Spotify. You can see the videos.
Yeah, you can see our 2 mugs this episode.
Mm-hmm. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always hit us up on Spotify. We check that about once a week. Or you can email us at hmfppod@gmail.com. And Lindy, I don't know where you're at. Hope you're feeling all right. Todd,
Hope everything's good.
same. Hope you're doing okay. And you got anything else?
Todd got arrested. It was like, I just imagine where he's living, just like some black Suburbans pull up. It's like, we heard your last podcast, asshole. You're getting too close.
God, I hope not.
I hope not too. I just thought I'd throw that in there to make Todd chuckle when he listens to it.
He's probably trying to swipe right now. Looking for love in all the wrong places. That's all I got. All right.
All right. We will see you guys next Tuesday. I'm Spar.
I'm Zach.
Later.
Late. We love you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
It's evil! Don't touch it!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you. What a power of Christ. This is
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
What's my line, Zach? What's my line?